What is going on, Mayo Gang? It's Boaz here.
And Isaias.
Today we're taking a look at all the cool and wonderful things we've seen at SHOT Show this year. And if you kind of notice right now in the studio, looks a little empty.
A little plain, and the reason for that is
we got robbed. That's right. So, unfortunately, we've been broken into and robbed. So, in the meantime, we kind of have to clear out the studio a little bit, make it less.
Yeah, freaking sucks, but we're in the meantime,
to rob, I guess.
We're working on some solutions, some workarounds. But in the meantime, feel free to enjoy the less cluttered.
The cleaner studio, I guess.
Real broke boy hours right now.
In the chat for this terrific start to the new year. But with that being said, I guess to distill it all in like a couple sentences, how was your experience at SHOT Show?
My experience was actually very, very good, very positive overall. I would say, I mean, granted, I have to fully disclose, this is my very first year
That's right.
that I've ever been to SHOT.
That's right.
I know you've been previously, so you've seen it. You kind of have an idea as to how big, this whole convention really is. I have never been to a convention this enormous and this widespread. There were so many booths, and I don't think you guys understand how massive this whole production really is. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy because, the show is not open to the public.
Yeah.
You have to have some form of credential to get in. So, but anyway, with that being said, there were some airsoft companies mingled in with all the real firearms and firearms industry booths. So that's always cool to see. And the first booth we're going to take a look at is going to be from Arcturus. We all love Arcturus. Now, before we get into the SHOT Show coverage, I just want to kind of put a disclaimer out there. The audio is pretty scuffed.
So it's a little chopped.
It's because we're using wireless mics, and some areas at the show, at the floors or whatever at SHOT Show, it has a lot of weird signal interference. So again, I apologize in advance. I'll try my best to kind of de-noise the audio and stuff like that. Yeah, defuzz it as much, but yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at what Arcturus has to show.
We're very excited this year to finally enter into the GBB market. So our first release is going to be our high kappa. We did. It's mainly as Arcturus, as you may know, we're more focused on usability on the field and user experience while airsofting. So this high kappa is built all around that. We use a lot of steel parts. Every component in the fire control unit, as well as magazine release. This is all MIM steel. Wow. As well as slide release. So I think we're probably out of the box highest steel content out of any high cap. All of these will come with optic mount version as well as standard adjustable rear sight versions.
Nice. Okay.
So we're also coming out with a combo that comes with this red dot set. This is called ARS1, and it mounts in any RMR footprint.
Nice.
So upon release, we're gonna have both black and tan version of every model. This is a project that we're currently working on. So right now, this is a prototype that's all 3D printed. We're kind of exploring into the GBB AK space as well.
They're making gas blowback rifles? Oh man.
That's the plan. It's going to be based on the TM system.
TM system? Okay, so lots of aftermarket compatibility then.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, again, apologies for the poor audio quality. Don't worry, it will be better.
We're gonna keep working on it.
Again, some areas on the show floor, it's just the audio signals are just super rough. I have no idea what it was.
For those that don't know, Boaz and I had actually gone to MOA, which is another trade show specifically held in Taiwan. This one was actually direct to consumers as well, so we actually got to see a lot of the same stuff that Arcturus was showing off now. I think this is their first time showing off in the US market.
But it goes to show, right, everything Airsoft at the forefront, tip of the spear, it's going to be in Taiwan at MOA, and then it trickles into the US. So there's that. But let's talk about the first set of guns that they are showing off, which is going to be the high kappa.
Yeah, I got to get a little bit of hands-on experience both at MOA and at SHOT Show with these high kappas. First of all, the fact that Arcturus is even going into the GBB world is nuts to me because I've solely associated them with really high quality AEGs, and the fact that they're willing to tackle GBs is actually really cool. And I was thoroughly impressed with the designs that they were coming out for their high kappas. I thought it was actually really cool. Not everything was for me though, in terms of I wouldn't personally use a lot of that stuff.
Pros, number one, like you said, tons of steel components inside, so it's pretty much ready to go, perform fantastic out of the box. We've already seen the quality of their inner barrels and buckings. It's going to go into their high kappas. Number two, one thing that you didn't mention is how smooth the slide action is. It is probably the smoothest cycling slide I've ever felt out of a high Kappa before. Dare I say, it edges out things like the Sand Viper.
I
and
was
the
going to
Pit
ask that
Viper.
question too. Does
It edges it out. Yeah. Third Pro is like they're going to be coming out with red dot options because it's 2025, and also they have a package that has a red dot out of the box and FDE. FDE models. How many FDE high Kappas you see out there in the wild? Not too many. So it's good that they offer a version in FDE, which is cool. Cons. It's a high Kappa, bro.
Yeah.
It is a high Kappa is a high Kappa is a high Kappa. There's so many high Kappas out there. So many players already have the high Kappa.
I guess, but I feel like, again, if Arcturus wanted to go ahead and make the plunge into the GBB world, I think starting off with a high Kappa is actually the smart move.
I disagree. I was kind of hoping that Arcturus would have come out with something a little different.
Okay, in your eyes, what do you think then would have been the best platform for them to start off with if they're just trying out gas blowback for the first time?
I'd say because that they're kind of getting into, let's say, the I guess Eastern Bloc AK style. Personally, for me, man, I was kind of hoping that they would come out with some kind of Eastern Bloc style sidearm that will pair very well with the AKs and the PP19s. Let's go ahead and move on to the next exciting thing, which is the gas blowback rifle.
I was astonished. I was flabbergasted when I went to MOA initially and they had shown off the AK-12 gas blowback in the glass case. I wanted to touch, get my feelers all over it, but I couldn't. It was under lock and key. I even tried stealing it at one point. I got beat up by security. True story, by the way, but I was very glad that we were finally able to hold it. And I gotta be honest though, very disappointed. Now, full disclaimer, Arcturus, you'll notice in the video, obviously it's like wrapped in the orange tape. The gun itself actually did experience some damage in transit. And unfortunately, they did have to go and 3D print some components in order for
It's an early mock-up,
Yes.
early prototype.
So it could just be my own personal disappointment, but I really want to go ahead and get my hands on what an actual sample would be like.
Toby, CEO of Arcturus, he was saying that it was going to take Marui spec AK gas blowback parts.
It might be using its own proprietary system technically, but I think they are, because it is still in mock-up right now, they are trying to work in some compatibility with TM spec parts, which I think is the best of both worlds.
Because at the end of the day, right, the AK-12 that they're releasing gas blowback, there is no Tokyo Marui gas blowback AK-12
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware of. So I think externally in some parts, it might be proprietary to Arcturus, but I think by and large, will it take Tokyo Marui gas blowback AK magazines? Will it take Tokyo Marui gas blowback AK internal parts? Most likely, yes. Let's go ahead and move on to Elite Force, which is our next exhibitor.
All right, this is our new Gen 5 G17s. They come in CO2 and in green gas. The CO2 versions are going to have 3 optic plates with them, and we've mounted an optic plate or an optic on this one just to show you how it mounts. These will come with pre-threaded barrels ready for your tracer unit. These are going to be out in the end of February. I'm going to have a G17 and a G19 in CO2, and I'm going to have a G17 and a G45 in green gas. This is one of our new offerings that we're going to be bringing out this summer. It's going to be our new 416A5 with their new M-LOK rail. These are going to be OEM by Arcturus. You see they have the quick detach rail system just like on the real nice new HKs that they have over in their booth. These are going to retail around $499.
Okay, and there you have it. That was Elite Force showing off their 2 new, I guess, upcoming models. I guess, well, it's more than
They
2.
have a few more than that, but I think the biggest showcase has got to be, let's talk about the Glocks first.
Yes. So the Glocks. So as you heard from Cliff from Elite Force, there will be multiple models of the Gen 5 MOS. So MOS is basically like their optic ready version from Glock themselves.
CO2 and green gas, that's actually very interesting that they're going to be using 2 different versions
So that's because it's most likely going to be from 2 separate manufacturers.
Yeah.
So one thing that we did peep over at the MOA show in Taiwan is that there were 2 officially licensed Glock Gen 5 MOS pistols out there. So you had one made by GHK and another one made by KLI/SRC. So I'm assuming just because of the CO2, I'm assuming it's going to be the KLI/SRC version, so it's probably going to kick like a mule.
Yes.
It's probably going to be really great in cold weather, super snappy. That's probably the version that I'm probably more excited about, just because it's CO2 from the ground up. I would say that the GHK one that's probably going to be made, the green gas version, I am a little bit iffy on it just because, I don't know if you guys know, but GHK did make a True Striker Fire Gen 3 Airsoft Glock in the past.
I've had some experience with that bad boy.
Prohibitively expensive.
Yes.
Prohibitively expensive,
Man,
especially.
is it so cool.
Yeah, it is cool, but it is prohibitively expensive. And just taking a look at some of the mags that we're looking at for the green gas version, it does remind me of that
current system.
Yeah, that GHK Glock system. So I would kind of keep an eye out for that.
The Elite Force was also showing off their brand new 416A5. This one's going to be a little bit different though, because instead of going around with the VFC OEM, this one is actually going to be OEM by Arcturus. Of all things, I'll be honest, that actually completely threw me for a loop. I didn't know that they were going to be pairing with Arcturus of all people. I'm here for it.
I think it's even more surprising that Elite Force has started to branch out outside of VFC to OEM their airsoft guns. So, for example, right, the Gen 3, the Gen 4, and the original Gen 5 Elite Force Glock models are OEM'd by VFC. Same with a lot of their AGs, OEM by VFC. And now Elite Force is kind of branching out. So now they're picking companies like KLI and GHK for their pistols, and now they're moving to Arcturus, which I think is a fantastic choice.
No diss to VFC, because VFC has been supplying us with some beautiful, gorgeous replicas for years, and their internals have been solid, you know, and a lot of techs do like working on VFC internals as well. I know a few that do, they will prefer them, but I'm just glad that Elite Force is willing to move with companies that are a little bit more focused on, I guess, more forward thinking, right? They're trying to offer more bang for your buck and more higher quality, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, so my predictions, Cliff was pretty tight-lipped about what's under the hood for the new 416A5, but considering it's going to be from Arcturus and it's going to come in at about a $500 price tag, I would assume, again, this is just my prediction.
We're just spitballing here.
It's going to be that version 2 FE gearbox with, like, was it the 18-to-1 gears, the high torque motor, and then the FE ETU in it, which is phenomenal, by the way. And let's talk about the rail.
Yes,
the new rail.
Go. That rail
moly.
system. Okay, here's the thing. Guys, I'm not the biggest M-Lock simp out there. I'm not. You know me.
Well, I am.
I'm an old man. But seeing that M-Lock rail on that 416, it looks so good.
It's so hot.
It's so cool.
It's so hot, dude. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it at SHOT Show last year with HK's like real gun booth, obviously. The new quick detach slim M-Lock rail. I'm like, you know what? I previously wasn't a big fan of the 416. But
kind of makes you a fan of the 416.
I might be now. Yeah, and the new Arcturus coming out. That, and I don't know if you noticed the details. The magazine is like the updated HK Polymer magazine. Super hot, dude.
No more of that Stan-X.
Yeah, I cannot wait for Elite Force. And I can't believe I'm saying this, because generally for me with Elite Force, I'm just like, about it, you know.
It's a little lackluster.
But the first time in a while, I'm actually looking forward for these Elite Force guns to drop. But next up, we're going to take another look at another hype airsoft brand. We're going to take a look at PTS.
What's up, guys? Jason here from PTS. We are here for another year of SHOT Show. We have so many new products this year. We're going to just jump right into it and get to it. So the first thing we're going to go to is the PTS Radiant Model 1. With this is an ERG. It's going to be using KWA's new 3.0 system. So with that, the ERG, it creates the electronic recoil. It's going to have various things such as pre-cocking, good battery management, enhanced performance, onboard navigation as well. So you can program it to like semi-auto, burst, and full auto. Moving on from that, the long-awaited Maul. The Maul is finally about finished and is going to be releasing this year. The cool part about the Maul is it's going to come as a complete package. So what you're going to get in the package is a completed Maul, as well as a Nano multitasker, and then we're going to include the Unity tap switch with all 4 connectors. So you pretty much get all of these for the price of one. Another cool thing that we're doing, keeping along with the Unity line, is the Unity Axon. This is the standard Unity Axon, and then we have the Unity Axon SL, which is essentially the single button one. 2, it'll be the same quick disconnect where you can plug and play various things based on like what lights and lasers that you're going to be using. Moving on, we're going to be updating the EPM1 mag. The main noticeable difference is it's going to be grayed out around the spring as well as in there, and then some minor like changes on the inside, but it'll still be the standard 250 round capacity. Next, keeping up with the various accessories that we do, we're going to be doing various accessories for the Scorpion Evo. One of the main things is going to be the rail. With this rail, it will be suppressor capable, so that way you can get that SD style look as well as the integrated suppressor. Another thing is the extended mag release, as well as a grip, selector, and stock adapter as well, and the stock, so you'll be able to have like those various options and make your Scorpion look different from the next Scorpion. And then too, the Scorpion Evo mags are coming back very soon. All right, so last year we showed you all the OZ9 series that we came out with, as well as the Ed Brown. We're happy to announce that we've actually added one more to the OZ9 lineup. So originally we had the Ultra and the Standard. Now we have the Premiums. The Premiums come in two different models, which is essentially the Combat and the Duty. The Combat is like that wolf gray color lower, as well as like the black slide. The Duty version is the black slide and black frame as well. What makes the Premium different is it's a 7075 CNC aluminum for the slide. The frame is casted aluminum. The grip is enhanced polymer. The barrel will be a Steel Pro match threaded barrel, so you're able to put suppressors on that, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then you have the CNC adjustable curve trigger as well. Another new thing that we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing the Killer Innovations P320 slide. This right now is compatible with the VFC variants, so you'll essentially get slide, barrel, suppressor height sights, as well as the comp as well. Last year we showed you all the Dead Air Sandman suppressors. This year we have expanded that line tremendously with various Dead Air suppressors. The first one is the Dead Air Zero. This one is really nice because it comes with both a chemo and the taper mount as well, so you have options depending on like what exactly you want to do. Next up on our list is for your AK users is the Wolverine. Again, like with this one will be both chemo, taper, and direct thread as well for this. We're also going to be having like selling the different hubs, so depending on what you want to use, the type of mounting hardware. The next up for suppressors is the Dead Air Wolfman. Cool part about this one, it'll be tracer, just like all of our other ones, but we have it in various lengths. And the best part about it is if you do have the long one, you can actually unscrew that like that, and you can make it the medium length one. And then this one too will be direct thread as well as taper. Next up on our list for pistols is the Mass HD. With this one, this can thread onto like the Ed Brown 1911, the OZ9, or any of those threaded ones. You'll get various adapters for that one as well. We have the Griffin Armaments M4 SD. The cool part about this one is actually going to be a tracer. So our original one was just standard, whereas the new one is now a tracer. It'll come in two different lengths as well as two different colors. And then, keeping up with the Griffin Armaments, we do have the Resistance 22. It'll be both direct thread as well as taper mounts for it. And then these will come in tracer and non-tracer. Next up on our list, last year we had showed you all the Zev rifles. Now we are doing Griffin Armaments. With the Griffin Armaments, they're going to come in two different sizes. It's going to be the Griffin Armaments MK1 in 10.5 and the Griffin Armaments MK1 in 7.5. The nice thing about these is these are suppressor ready rails, and you will get a suppressor in the box to go along with your rail. We also sell the rails separately in various sizes to where you can put either any of the Griffin Armament suppressors or any other suppressor that'll fit in your rail to give you that SD look. Last up on our list is the Q. We recently partnered with Q, and we're going to be making two of their guns, the PDW Honey Badger and the Flick as well. These are the pre-production models of it, so stay tuned on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more information on that.
Man, oh man, there's always something cooking at PTS.
Yeah, I actually was excited for quite a few of the products that they were showing off. One in particular, but we'll get into that right now.
Yeah, so just to brush over things, because this will also be covered later on the video, is that their collaboration with KWA.
Oh,
my boy
goodness.
KWA, all right, with the new Radian, was it the Model 1? Or
Radian 1.
Radian 1, right? I think it looks super Gucci, super cool, and the fact that now it has a programmable ETU in it with electronic recoil is pretty hype. But again, we'll get into that a little later in the video. And then, of course, long-awaited Maul.
The Maul. Again, that's been an accessory that has been requested for, I think, a few years now at this point. It wasn't even just that, actually, in terms of accessories. They were coming out with some more furniture for the Scorpion as well.
It's a little weird to me.
It's a little weird. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It almost looks like an ACR.
Yeah, it does. It looks like an SMG ACR.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the stock, but man, the Scorpion Evo, like...
It's questionable that they decided to invest in that, but it's a little late for that, I feel. For me personally, because I know there was a lot of hype when the Scorpion came out, and everyone wanted stuff for it, but nothing was available. But it feels a little late. But again, I am glad that they are trying something new. They're also redesigning their EPM1s as well. A lot of smaller things like that.
But let's talk about some of their pistols.
Yes, actually. So they are adding more stuff to their OZ9 lineup as well. They're gonna add the premium, right?
Yeah, the premium line. So they have it gets a little confusing because they have like the standard, the elite, or the ultimate. Well, I don't know what they're like top of the line, crazy quality one. The standard, which is and then they have like now their premium, which is I'm assuming it's supposed to be like middle of the road.
And then there's supposed to be two different versions as well.
Yeah.
There's gonna be the duty, and then there's the combat version.
Yeah, which is cool. I think it's. From the video that we did about Zev, by the way, if you saw earlier or later last year, it's I think it's really cool that PTS is kind of moving towards that modular handgun system, which I think a lot of airsoft companies are starting to kind of invest more in. Yeah. So I think it's cool that they're doing it for like that Glock style platform. But I was personally, I was a little disappointed because. Yeah, it's cool that they made more versions of the OZ9, but they're all the same size. You know, there's no carbine kit for it. There's no different slide models. There's no different like frame or like grip modules. It's kind of like more of the same, but offered in like, I guess, a different tier.
But enough about the OZ9s. Let's talk about the real thing that got me excited for it. Their unique 320 paired with the Killer Innovations slide.
That's right.
That's the thing that got me hyped.
Yeah, 100%, dude. The slide is so
freaking
clean. One thing that really got me hyped was the fact that PTS is now supporting the P320 platform.
You know you're in good hands when PTS starts making stuff for that platform.
But I'm telling you, man, the P320 platform is such a gold mine because of how easily customizable it is. New slide, new barrel kit.
We've seen it for like it exists out there where you'll find an ecosystem already exists for the 320. It's just being able to go and bring a lot of that stuff stateside. But I'm glad PTS is at the forefront right now of offering some more stuff for it. And yes, I'm all here for it because the 320 is, like Boaz said, it is a gold mine. It has so much potential, and it's such a cool and a unique platform. It had some fun to it. I'm tired of seeing so many G series style pistols and so many high kappas. I've had enough of that. I'm very much here for the 320 hype train.
100%, yeah. And then just to gloss over some of the new cool stuff, like for example, like their Griffin armament AEGs that are coming out.
Yeah, so very similar to what they did with the Zev
rifles.
Rifles. I do imagine that those probably are going to be like SEMA.
SEMA Platinum, probably,
more likely.
PTS right now, they're on a roll with those mock suppressors.
Yeah, they're adding more models to their dead air suppressors, but they're also adding some new stuff as well. I think Griffin Armament is going to be, they're going to have like tracer unit versions of their suppressors as well, which is actually going to be very, very cool.
Yeah. I think aesthetically, the new dead air suppressors look amazing, especially the variable length one. Yeah, I love the girthier suppressors. It's just,
of course, man, chunky can.
Yeah, what a vibe. Yeah, I guess my only gripe with the PTS mock suppressors is the price.
They are incredibly expensive.
They're at such a premium right now. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully PTS, if you're watching, please reconsider your pricing model because they are quite the hefty price tag. But the most exciting thing from PTS, it's gonna be the prototypes with Q.
With Q, baby. We got the 2 prototypes coming out very soon. If you guys don't know what the Q is, it's a weird looking platform, man.
Yeah, I don't know about weird. I mean, it's been around for a while, technically. So, you know, with Q firearms, they got the flick, the mini bolt action. I think that's gonna actually do really well, I think, once it comes out, just because there's this weird niche of like indoor CQB.
Yes, you guys know who you are.
Yeah, and then of course, the most anticipated for me is going to be the Honey Badger PDW. You know, I've been spending my whole life chasing after the honey badger, and now they're coming out with an official honey badger.
It's like unobtainium
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
it's gonna be insane. Yeah. So one thing I guess you guys want to do for PTS, by the way, they were unofficially going around and asking people, by the way, at SHOT
Yes.
Show about what system the new honey badger is gonna run on.
It was either
So-
going to be a traditional AEG version 2, or it was going to be the NGR's recoil shock.
Yeah, so the next generation recoil shock from Tokyo Marui, if they're gonna make a system. Honestly though, if they could create a next generation recoil shock, let's say that takes regular Dean's LiPo batteries, you know, is LiPo ready out of the box, and it shoots close to about 400 FPS out of the box, I think it's gonna be an absolute steal. But sound off in the comments, okay, because they are looking for feedback and they're trying to figure out what to do with it.
Let PTS know.
Yeah, because honestly, in all honesty, yeah, the regular version 2 gearbox AEG, very played out. All right, but next up, of course, my personal favorite, KWA. I'm at the KWA booth. Of course, you know I have to be here because it's SHOT Show, baby. And also number 2, it's KWA. So, what are some new goodies you have coming out this year that you're willing to show us?
Well, I'm really happy that you guys are here because we do have a couple good goodies. Like you said, as you guys already know, earlier last year, we released the ATP GT, and a couple months ago, we released the ATP Z with its respected carbine kits. Really good reception on those. We're starting to see them pretty much on fields nationwide now. On top of that, we made some changes to the TAC-9. I know last year we showed it off. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the TAC-9, baby. The next, as far as I can go. But, you know.
That's for people like you that would steal it from us.
Oh, that's
if
right.
It wasn't tied down.
Oh, dude. I forgot to bring my little snipper so I can run away with it, you know what I'm saying? And then I heard there's a lot of minor revisions, especially with the stock.
Exactly. So you guys have spoken. We heard your feedback. So we did make some adjustments. The stock, instead of that pull-out style stock, we're doing Picatinny mounts. So you're able to adjust it and put on, you know, a mount that you prefer. So like, let's say if you're wearing a mask, you can have a drop stock. If you want something more military, you can have a buffer tube, you know, put a, you know, really cool Magpool stock on there as well. Rail, we slimmed it down a little bit more just so it's a little bit better, especially with our vertical grip there.
More ergonomic.
Exactly. Ambidextrous, so you're able to swap it out to this side. So, you know, if you're left-handed, we think about you.
If you're wrong-handed, that is.
I mean, they're out there somewhere. If you're
Somewhere.
left-handed, make sure you let us know down below. That being said, we did make a little bit changes to the bolt as well too, so it shoots a little bit snappier, a little bit crispier. Let's see if we can get a, I don't know, this is for your bloopers if it doesn't work.
All right,
There
very
you go.
respectable. Very respectable in full auto. Good fire rate.
So this is our new Radian Model 1, but this isn't your regular Radian Model 1. This is gonna be our new AEG. So KWA is known for its recoil system. It is in here as well, but upgraded for this year. It is gonna have our electric ETU inside of it, out of the box. This is a perfect platform. You can do change the trigger sensitivity, pre-cocking, brushless motor mode, burst fire, that's all adjustable out of the box. So, I mean, you're already like 75% there.
And the fact that it has a new ETU, by the way, this kind of like flew under everyone's radar. They came out with a programmable ETU, by the way. So I'm really excited to get my hands on one of these bad boys and run it through its paces. And I'm just gonna say I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Exactly. And again, if you guys want to know any more about this information or any of our more products, make sure you guys check out either on our website or with Airsoft GI. See?
Oh,
You know what?
sorry about that.
Let me go ahead and help you out there, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Ah, my favorite company.
But I'll be honest, as much as I love KWA 2, I was a little disappointed.
Little? No, bro. I was actually very disappointed.
Okay, I was trying to be nice about it.
No,
But,
I was very disappointed.
Okay, let's talk about the Radian 1, because we mentioned that in PTS and that was something they were showcasing. The Radian 1, it is cool. I do love the ERG system that KWA has in place using the 3.0 gearbox. I do like all the features that it has. However, what kills the ERG system for me, or at least in this particular instance, is the fact that it's not going to be using the magazine cutoff on this particular model.
Yeah, I think just talking with KWA, it kind of seems like the magazine cutoff and the ETU compatibility, they're kind of mutually exclusive, which, okay, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. I think they definitely try to gear it more towards like the performance aspect, which is very much the American player base.
I really like it when KWA sticks to their guns, no pun intended, and they like to go for the more realistic, more realism aspect of their stuff, which I've always appreciated. I've loved the fact that some of their newer stuff actually brought back the mag cutoff, but
the Radiant one looks absolutely phenomenal. I love how it looks. It's probably one of the coolest M4s KWA has released to date. The ETU, I think, is great. I'm kind of pissed that after I bought my Q10, they came out with an ETU. But it's great, programmable ETU. I think they're catching up with the rest of the Airsoft brands out there. And the TAC-9, I'm gonna be honest, the TAC-9 is not the prettiest looking SMG. But
I'm sorry, KWA, it's just not doing it for me either.
But it's cool that they did listen to customer feedback, player feedback, and so they did make some revisions to it, which is cool. But I'm just disappointed that like there's just not a lot of stuff coming out from KWA this year. Like even with their new NS3 gas system, there is so much potential. Just with that replaceable FCU, you know, just like the SIG P320 platform, they have so much that they can do with it, and they're not really doing anything.
Maybe I'm gonna hold out hope for KWA. I'm gonna say that maybe a lot of their stuff is currently in development right now, because I do think that you are right. I think the idea of having pistol platforms or just platforms with replaceable modular FCUs is such a good idea, but I think it does require a little bit more R&D potential. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's sort of the stage that they're at right now.
So KWA, if you're listening, more frames,
ecosystem,
more barrels, different grip modules, okay?
Just more of all of it. If you want this system to take off, you gotta support it.
That's what we need, okay, K-Dubs? The next company we're taking a look at is going to be Lancer Tactical.
So we finally made our way to the Lancer Tactical booth, and we're actually next to some pretty big names here. We got Aimpoint over here, we got Under Armour, in addition to FN over there, and Geisley was behind us as well. Again, we guys gonna be showing off this. Oh, there he is. There he is. My man of the hour, Mr. Antoni. How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm kind of sick today.
Wait, what's going on, man?
I don't feel too good. I might have to go lie down, so I think you'll be on your own today.
What do you mean? We're supposed to do... Well, I guess we're doing the presentation by ourselves, so let's get into it. Adding on to Lancer Tactical's Gen 4 lineup is going to be their official collaboration with SLR Rifle Works here. We're gonna go ahead and see some of their models right here, offered in 2 variation lengths right here. Look at that beautiful SLR markings on this bad boy. It looks so freaking clean, and I love this design, allowing for use with the fatter cans, the bigger MOG suppressor. I know Boaz would be very proud with this. And again, using the same exact upper and lower receiver from the Gen 4 series, and same internals as well. Again, adding a little bit more spice to the Gen 4 lineup. Continuing on with the collaborative projects for SLR Rifle Works, Lancer Tactical is going to be coming out with their brand new AK series, both the LT50 and the LT50 Draco, my personal favorite. You guys know me, I love a nice little shorty AK like this, and he's going to be using the exact same Gen 4 internals as well, coming included with their own pre-installed ETU and eventually a 16:1 gear set as well, so very much looking forward to this. And just look how beautiful these bad boys look. Look at the stock here that they're got rocking on, and of course the nice modern shorty M-Lock handguard on here. I love the little tip they got going there as well. Very, very nice, very cute. Again, these are going to be coming very soon to Airsoft GI, so be on the prowl. Moving on to another collaborative project with BG Defense, we have the Type A rifles come along here with Lancer Tactical's Gen 4 lineup as well. Here we have a PDW variation. You can see the Type A on the actual handguard itself. Right, look, absolutely beautiful peanut butter coloration here. It just does something for me, you know, and I love the configuration with the PDW stock as well. And again, here goes that Gen 4 receiver as well. And of course, we are going to have the SPR rail on here as well, looking very nice with the M-Lock, and of course the little pick segments towards the front end as well. For those that need to free some hostages from a very, very delicate airsoft situation, this has got to be the model you want to go with. For those that know the Legend of Obi-Wan Nairobi, this should look very familiar. The L119A2 rifle is going to be available soon at Airsoft GI, and I absolutely love this. Gen 4, Gen 3, and even Gen 2 variations will be available in the future as well. Gen 4 is going to be coming out first, though, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Adding to the lineage of the Gen 4 lineup is going to be the Stalker series. For those that are looking for more of that sort of traditional 7-slotted M-Lock style handguard, again, being sported on the Gen 4 receiver group, looking absolutely gorgeous as always. This is pretty much how you would want to go ahead and set it up, honestly, in my opinion, for it to look the absolute best in terms of accessories. But these are also going to be available soon at Airsoft GI. Again, sporting the exact same internals that you know and love from the Lancer Tactical Gen 4 series, but just with this absolutely gorgeous 7-slotted M-Lock rail.
What's up, guys? Valiant here. I'm at SHOT Show 2025 with Lancer Tactical, and got a little something coming out. This is going to be my new rifle. Check that out right there. VLNT collab with Lancer Tactical. This thing is a Lancer Gen 4, but it's a little bit better because it has 16-1 gears and it has a 25K motor inside. It also has the Gate Aster with the nice trigger, and it's got a metal hop-up inside, just like the Gen 4 Aster as well. These are going to be coming out pretty soon. Also, check out this rail on this. This is brand new as well. Super cool, wide enough so you can fit the larger tracers or put a suppressor down into the handguard if you want to make it just a little bit shorter. You know, cool stuff that everybody likes. So make sure to keep an eye out for this and check it out when it comes out.
Vorsk with a comeback right now. They came out strong swinging in the US, coming out with their VMP system, but now they're back for the sequel, VMP2, baby. Going for more of that PCC sort of DMR length configuration they got going on here, and I'm all here for it as well. One of the standout features of these bad boys, of course, the magazines are going to be making a return. They also have the newer, shorter mags that are coming very soon to Airsoft GI. But I love this brand new TDC hop-up chamber that you get. Nice and clicky, very, very audible, just oh, so nice and satisfying. Very Airsoft ASMR. I love the feel of these bad boys, and these are going to be incredibly affordable once they actually hit the Airsoft side as well. Very lightweight construction, sort of a 1911 style grip on here, making it very, very comfortable, especially for anyone that loves using a 1911 like I do. For those that have been following our content and kept up with us when we went to MOA in Taiwan last year, you guys should be recognizing this, the ITP kit for the Saiga 12, the Tokyo Marui Saiga 12 gas flowback shotgun. These bad boys are finally going to be available through Airsoft GI. This kit looks absolutely gorgeous. Everything from the buffer tube assembly, the handguard, the top pick rail, the mock suppressor, and of course, this gorgeous looking drum mag kit here. These bad boys are gonna be limited edition only, so when they drop, make sure to go out and get yours before they sell out. Hot damn, I am impressed with you, Ace Tech. Have you guys ever seen a grenade launcher that also doubles as its own tracer unit? That's absolutely wild. I love how Action Army also has this little shell holder as well, that we can go ahead and pop it individually in addition to this one. Is this so freaking cool? Ace Tech, you did such a bang up job on this. Again, the flame effect, the sort of muzzle flash simulation that you get out of this is absolutely wild, in addition to being a very solid trace unit for all the tracer BBs that you would be loading in these shells. These are going to be available soon at airsoftgi.com, so make sure that you go ahead and get yours when it drops. And for all my gas blowback users, don't think we haven't forgot about you. Don't worry, we got you covered as well. As you guys are well aware, the SR4 dual CO2 blowback rifles are already making a scene in the airsoft market. And right now, they're actually coming out with more variations, working in collaboration with Lancer Tactical to offer a number of different options. And with this, again, this is probably going to be the only airsoft gas blowback model that exists right now with a proper forged receiver, including steel internal components. And again, you know this is going to be an SR4 due to the magazine that it is currently using. Of course, you gotta have the iconic dual CO2 cartridge system in here, the one of its kind, and for a very good reason. The hardest kicking, most cold resistant blowback rifle you will find out in the airsoft market. All these different variations are coming very soon to Airsoft GI. People have been asking about this for quite a while. The AirTac series utilizing the Gen 3 lower receiver and gearbox, in addition to a few other nifty little components here as well, including the cutouts on the left and right side for the hop-up chamber, carbon fiber barrel, drop stock already integrated into the lower receiver group here. And like I said, the Gen 3 internals, they're already amazing, they're already solid, and you're getting the exact same amazing performance out of the AirTacs as well in a variety of different colorways, everything from black, red, gold, purple, blue, and of course, the nice glossy black as well, as opposed to the matte finish. The LTX competition, this has been a pistol that we've been following the development for quite some time. Again, if you guys were looking for a very ergonomic, very comfortable G magazine's accepting platform, this is gotta be the one you wanna go with, and the standout feature has got to be that static optics plate on there, making it very easy to acquire your targets and stay on target without having to reacquire in between shots. This thing just looks absolutely gorgeous, and for those that were wondering, yes, it does indeed have the fun switch on here as well. Very much looking forward to when we'll be able to go ahead and carry these on Airsoft GI. When are the BL series going to be available? We actually did a video already covering the BL1 and the BL2 previously, so make sure you go and check out that video. But here they are again. They are coming soon to Airsoft GI. We have the BL1 DSG, BL2 SSG, and the brand new BL3 at 500 FPS. Yes, that's right. We're going to have a DMR version as well, or I guess more of an SBR, really, I should go and say an SBR variant as well. These are the build-to-order customs that are coming very soon to Airsoft GI, utilizing the Zynearms R15 receiver, which looks absolutely gorgeous, by the way, especially when you pair it with the BCM handguard on there, and of course the Loudener, you know, at the very tip. You gotta love it. Again, all three of these are actually coming to Airsoft GI very soon. All right, Lancer Tactical. Oh boy.
Man, they freaking disappointed us when we came over to their booth. Freaking Anthony, Mr. Lancer Tactical, he completely bailed out on us.
I found out later that he was battling a sickness, so thankfully we didn't get sick, but apparently everyone was getting sick at SHOT Show, and them included.
It is how it is. It is how it is.
How it goes. But I will say this, out of all the booths we've been to, I was very, very happy with how much Lancer Tactical was actually bringing to the table.
They have so much new things, so many new things coming to the table. Like, first of all, let's talk about the Gen 4s.
Oh my goodness.
So many Gen 4s. So many new Gen 4s, tons of licenses.
We're talking BG Defense Type A. We're talking SLR Rifle Works. So many different licenses.
So it's crazy how many licensed products that they're coming out for the Gen 4. Even like their fake URGI one, not the URGI, what's it, the Stalker?
Yeah,
the Stalker, which also looks great. I just think the new receiver design looks fantastic.
It lends itself well to a
I also
variety
love
of
their new
styles.
stock, their NSR stock.
It looks cool, man.
I don't like thicker stocks like the crane style stocks. I personally don't like it, but honestly, the NSR stock, I might start running them.
Yeah, I can't wait for Lancer to start releasing that individually. But it's not even just Lancer products, like Lancer brand specifically. We're also seeing them distribute so many other new stuff as well.
The Dr. Black high kappa parts.
Even more parts are being added.
And then what else? The LTX competition.
Yes. Yeah. So what I didn't know about the LTX competition, it wasn't until recently, right before SHOT Show, is that the LTX competition was actually designed by the same design team that worked on the original TP22.
Oh, for the Novrich one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, just feeling it around in the hands, it felt super nice. You know,
super solid, very comfy.
Not my personal cup of tea, but
of course. But it is nice that it is being offered.
Yeah, if you want that competition style pistol that has like the static red dot, I think it will really help you. Yeah, and it's TM G series compatible, which is fantastic.
We know you guys love that.
You gotta have that, right? And then for all the speedy boys, right? The AirTags from Lancer Tactical, the Gen 3 AirTags are finally going to be coming out soon, so that is cool, I guess. Also, the Ace Tech Volcano, baby.
Ace Tech, baby.
The Ace Tech Volcano, bro. The Tracer unit grenade launcher is
so
super
freaking cool.
Sick, dude. Yeah, and also to circle back, we have the Eddie Valiant or the Airsoft Valiant signature model. So it's cool to see someone like Valiant getting his own signature line of airsoft guns, and it's going to receive the same full Gen 4 treatment, and I think it looks pretty freaking sweet, especially with this logo engraved in the receiver.
His version specifically is, from what I remember, is going to be the Gate Aster version. So it'll have the CNC hop-up chamber, Gate Aster as well, so you get the Bluetooth compatibility, and again, all the same internals that you know and love from the Gen 4 lineup.
But I think all in all, out of all the booths, I was definitely pleasantly surprised with Lancer Tactical. I thought it was just gonna kind of be more of the same, because a lot of the booths this year, a lot of it was kind of more of the same.
A lot of it, or at the very least, they were adding on to an existing lineup, which is nothing wrong with that, but nothing crazy stand out. Actually, there was one more thing from Lancer that we've completely forgot to talk about. The ITP kit.
Oh, that's right!
The Saiga 12 that they had on display was nuts, because it wasn't just your regular TM Saiga 12, which, you know, Lancer does help distribute as well, but they have these new ITP kit, which was going to include a top pick rail, the M-Lock handguard on there, mock suppressor, and this like drum kit they had for it. It was nuts.
That looks insane.
Oh,
dude.
and a buffer tube kit too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me think I should be getting a Saiga 12 right now.
Yeah, dude. I'm hoping that like somebody one day will make more semi-automatic gas blowback shotguns.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but as of right now, all we got is the Saiga. So yeah, dude, that Saiga kit looks insane. Lots of really cool things coming out. Hey, yo, what the? Hey, that's RGK. Hey, yo, dude.
What's up, bro?
I've been looking all over for you, dude.
I mean, I've been here. I've been all over, just looking at all the new stuff.
Okay, all right. You've been out and about. I've been out and about looking at all the new stuff. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, in your opinion, what are some of the coolest things you've seen this year at SHOT Show for Airsoft specifically?
For Airsoft, okay. Elite Force has the HK416.
Oh, that's right, the A5.
With the collaboration with Arcturus on that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, with that clean M-Lock rail.
Yep.
I think it looks so sick.
It looks really good. Then
I might I might become a 416 enjoyer.
You should.
Just because of that.
You should.
Yeah.
And then there's the Dockler Black stuff with Lancer Tactical.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Those look clean. Every color.
Always.
I like that combination.
Yeah. I mean, they've been out though.
They've been out, but
they've
it's
been out.
like, I feel like you guys needed to pop back out and be like, hey, we have these.
Yeah.
Just
exactly.
as a refresher
Yeah,
for
100%.
people.
Yeah.
Arcturus with the new cat.
Yeah.
Has the MP5 mag in it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is solid. I mean, those three things right there have been like different.
My favorite would have to be, it's either gonna be the Elite Force Glock Gen 5 MOS,
Yes.
optic ready Glock, but I think they're using the GHK system, I believe, which
Yes.
is gonna be, let's see how much you go for. GHK is pretty,
it's expensive.
pretty
Let's see how it goes.
expensive,
Let's see how it goes.
The magazine was really lightweight,
Yes.
I remember, and you have to feed from the top, you can't.
You can't do it,
So it's a little realistic. What else? And then I think the next one, I'd have to agree with you on the Arcturus, but not the cat, but the high capas.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Arcturus high capas, yeah.
Vanguards.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
I mean, Arcturus jumping into the high kappa market,
Yeah.
that's solid.
Very interesting. Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's jumping into the high kappa market, so we're gonna see where this goes.
Yeah, absolutely. But what about real gun stuff? So, because SHOT Show's like 90% of it is real guns, and usually airsoft companies come, we look at stuff and we're like, hey, maybe we should turn this into an airsoft gun.
So the main thing for me is the Beretta 1301. I mean, Elite Force has that license. I mean, I'm just saying that we may need another shotgun.
Yeah, dude, I've been
just
like
saying.
throttling Jag's neck to like, I'm like semi-auto gas shotgun, semi-auto gas shotgun. You can do it. Have a cycling bolt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I think we need a little diversity, let's throw another shotgun in there, just to see what happens in the mix. If people accept it and go from there.
I agree. Couldn't agree with you more. But also for me, one thing I've been kind of wondering about is like I've been to Ohio Ordnance, and they make the big guns. You know what I'm saying? Like the M240 Bravos, M249s, right?
Do we need that in airsoft though?
We need some.
Do we need it?
We need some vehicle-mounted, heavy-hitting. yeah. Especially the Ohio Ordnance H car, the 30-06. Like modernized BAR. Ooh.
Do we need it though?
Oh, we need it. We need it.
It's gonna be a $4,000 gun.
Maybe 1,200. Maybe 1,200.
15.
Maybe 1,200.
At least 15.
Dude, I want some vehicle-mounted goodness, all right? Because nothing is cooler than playing at a big event with some vehicles. And the vehicles shoot at you. Terrifying. But yeah. Well, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you for running into me.
Yeah,
Kev. Totally not scripted, by the way.
Say excuse me next time.
I
I got things to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, this is mine. This is on. Let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, totally not scripted, by the way.
So one really cool item that didn't get shown off at SHOT Show, but we're really, really excited about has got to be this bad boy. The Maruyama FMG9 gas blowback. So for a lot of you old heads out there, this should look very familiar, as the FMG9 has been something that used to exist a lot more predominantly way back in the day. However, it's kind of disappeared to the wayside until today, of course, and I'm all here for it. I love the full polymer construction throughout. I love how ergonomic it actually feels, super comfortable. I like the removable carry handle on here. It's super fast and easy to deploy as well, and not too difficult to put back into its folding position as well. Internally, it is going to be using the VFC Elite Force Glock specifications. The extended mag that comes included with is a little different than your traditional Glock magazines, as it actually doesn't have the exposed BB window. That's something to go ahead and keep in mind as well if you're doing reloads. I do, however, like the fact that it does come with a threaded outer barrel. You are able to mount your favorite flash device on here, or even a tracer unit of your choosing, but just bear in mind that will hinder your ability to fold it back up in its carrying position. But again, I am very much in love with this thing, and I want to see more of these on the field. Getting into some more details about the FMG9 that I really, really like. Like I mentioned previously, the carry handle is removable, and you will find a full monolithic Picatinny top rail, perfect for whatever sort of accessories and optics if you're choosing. Bear in mind that will hinder its ability to easily deploy it as nice as it would be with the carry handle. That does actually feature a nice integrated iron sight on here, making it a very usable carry handle. I love that the internal specs are still going to be using the VFC Elite Force Glock spec on here. Very easy to find magazines. In fact, you very easily would be able to use this with the PH Plus extended magazines, which we do carry at Airsoft GI. It actually feeds very, very well. But my favorite feature about the FMG9 has got to be its hop-up chamber. This has got to be the easiest Glock that I've ever had to adjust the hop-up chamber, solely because all it requires is a longer 3mm hex key, sticking it into a hole that is located directly underneath the outer barrel, and then twisting one way or the other to adjust the hop. It is incredibly easy to do so and very, very efficient. Again, there's just so much about the FMG9 that I really, really do love. I think Maruyama did a bang-up job, so much so that I'm convinced that I want to get one.
All right, so that about does it for our SHOT Show coverage. I would say all in all, I'd say it was a pretty good year. I think for me personally, the only thing that really bogged me down was just how little new airsoft things were actually coming out compared to previous years.
No, I can understand that perspective. However, I will say, as someone who has never been to SHOT Show before, and because this, again, this is a convention that is not open to the public, right? I felt very blessed that I was able to go. I felt very fortunate that I was able to see all this, because otherwise, if it weren't for the fact that, again, working for GI and everything, that I would not have been able to go otherwise. And it was a very, very cool and unique experience. I wish I could be like, oh yeah, I recommend doing it if you could, because obviously it's not like that. So I felt very fortunate to go. It was exciting for me, actually, and I had a good time hanging out with you as well.
I would say for me, the most exciting part about SHOT Show this year was, and every year, is actually visiting other real firearm booths and seeing what they have to offer, and, you know, talking with them and try to connect different brands together. Be like, hey, like, I know a good company that can make really good airsoft products. Like, do you want to make
collab together?
Yeah, make airsoft versions of your products? And I think it's really cool that more and more, from what I noticed, more and more of real firearms manufacturers, they're increasingly more willing to cooperate and work alongside with airsoft companies to create cool licensed products.
No, I think that honestly has to be the direction that, again, speaking from our perspective, right, we might be biased because we're airsofters, but I do feel like that is a missed opportunity if real firearms manufacturers are not willing to work with airsoft companies to make officially licensed versions of their products. I mean, at the end of the day, that is advertising for them.
Everything that you've seen in this video today will very soon, hopefully, be available at airsoftgi.com.
So long as customs doesn't do anything.
Well, it's not customs. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I think from an industry standpoint, yeah, customs, we always have to deal with that. But I'm saying very soon. Everything that you see today in this video is going to be available at airsoftgi.com. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. But if you haven't already, please make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon to get notified of every time we upload a new video.
And if you guys want to support the channel directly, make sure to go ahead and get all your airsoft supplies from airsoftgi.com. It's the most direct way to go ahead and support us. Helps keeps the lights on and the cameras rolling.
Yeah, but other than that, that was our SHOT Show coverage of this year. Please let us know what you think in the comments below. My name is Boaz.
And Isaias.
And we'll see you next time, Mayo Gang.
Take it easy, guys.